David in Oceanside, California. Hey, David.
Hey, Tom. I want to talk a little bit about climate change, and I have a bit of a cause for pessimism because I know a lot of people who are close to me, progressive people, they know what needs to be done, but actually they're not really willing to do it. They're not willing to give up their cars. I mean, I ride public transportation to work. There's this thing called social inertia. A classic example is I live in a coastal area. I'm driving down the beach. There's this guy. He's got a bumper sticker from the Surfrider Foundation, and it says, "No offshore drilling." And he's driving one of the old school big Hummers. Now, where do you get the oil to put in that SUV? The big Hummer?
There's oil power in your bus as well. But the point, David, is, yes, we should all, in whatever ways we can, minimize our carbon footprint. I agree with you on that. But that said, if all of us, were to become vegetarians and we were to stop driving and just start, hitchhiking or taking public transportation or whatever, the Earth is still on a collision course with disaster. What we need is major policy. And so, my concern is that there's a cohort of people who are putting all their effort into what they themselves are doing. And if they had taken that same amount of time and effort and put it into electing people who are actually going to change government policies, change the incentive. We have an incentive structure right now where the fossil fuel industry gets $300 billion a year, just in the United States, almost $3 trillion, internationally. Almost $3 trillion internationally as subsidies. We're subsidizing the fossil fuel industry, 16 ways to Sunday, up, down, sideways, all over the place. And we've got to change that. I mean, this is just like wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. Yes, let's minimize our personal carbon footprint to the extent that we can. But I'm telling you, it's much more important. It's much more important to have a change in governmental policy.
I agree with all of that, Tom. But I see the people around me that it's, like I said, the term I like to use is social inertia.
Yeah.
They don't really, the willingness to change.
That's the advantage of making these changes, David. But there's a kind of a psychology associated with it. Somebody goes out and buys an electric car, for example, and they say, "Hey, I'm not using gasoline." No, but there's probably thousands of barrels of oil that went into making that car, that went into making the steel and the electronics and everything else. So, but the psychology makes you feel like you're involved, which is a good thing.
You're listening to Thom Hartmann. Visit thomhartmann.com for audio and video archives.